Hey folks, we have with us Ross O'Brien, Head of Operations for BP Pulse. Welcome. Thank you for taking a moment out of your day to chat with us. We're happy to be here. Tell us, what is the story of this site and what are people going to be able to expect? What's the intention and purpose?
Well, thanks, Julius. So the intent really is, as you can see, it's one of the biggest sites in the US, and it's all about making charging helpful. We want charging to be helpful for consumers to get them to the point of going from liquid fuels today, internal combustion, and making the move to electric vehicles. So this is all about having options to charge. You know when you come here, you're going to get a space. And then not only that, it's going to be fast charging. You're going to have a lovely space to maybe take a break, go to the restroom, get a coffee. We think it's a really compelling offer.
It looks great, and we're seeing more. We're going to let this plane go by really quick.
I think that's kind of cool as well.
One of the benefits and perks while you're charging is plane spotting. Yeah. So you can break out your favorite flight radar or your track board or whatever it is and find out what planes are coming in and where they came from. So it gives you something to do while you're here. So this is great. The fact that you have the lounge, maybe we'll go inside and you can show me around and see what's happening there. How about that?
Let's do it.
All right. So Ross, before we step in, how about we get a little understanding of what access is going to be like for visitors once you officially open?
Cool. It should be straightforward. We're going to have two ways. One is going to be through the app. You'll get a code. That code will auto-generate for security reasons. You just come up, you'll enter that code into the access panel, and that will get you in. Same for the restrooms as well. And then for the next 6 to 12 months, we're actually going to have a full-time attendant on site for security reasons. They will be able to help you get in as well if you're a charging customer. But that's what we're going to do for about the next 6 to 12 months.
Awesome. So very cool little space. It gives a nice respite if it's a hot summer day outside, and you get some, peace and quiet in here as opposed to the sound of the airplanes outside. Yeah. So talk to us. What are we going to be available? What's going to be available to us as we open?
Well, main things you'll notice when you first come in: air conditioning.
Yes.
Which in LA you want that, especially on a super sunny hot day. And then when you get in, you got your AC, lovely lighting, especially at night. You'll have CCTV cameras, just a bit of added security. And then the main feature will be on this back wall. I'll need you to use your vision. We're going to have vending machines, food, beverage, and just it's a nice place to just take a bit of a break. Not everyone wants to stay in their car. Some do, and that's cool. But if you want to come in, you can take a nice break, sit down here, do some work, loads of charging ports, and plenty of space for lots of people.
No, that's going to be great. The fact that you can get out of your car and use your restroom, the fact that you can grab some water, some soda, I'm going to assume snacks.
Yep.
Is there any specific type of food we might see here, or has that been defined yet? Or?
Well, it's kind of cool. So we partnered with, being BP Pulse, we've got the BP side, which was the conventional fuel side, that offered convenience, things like coffee, snacks, and with that, we've got an offer that we can present, so Epic Goods, which we've got some behind us. They'll be nicely presented, but it's kind of, sweets, healthy snacks, some waters, fresh beverages. It should be a nice selection. It won't be fancy kind of restaurant food, but it should be just enough for now.
Something to keep you going.
Oh yeah.
If you're needing a break and you need a bite, that's awesome. Wi-Fi, anything like that available?
Wi-Fi, yes. So that will be available throughout the site. So even if you are just in the charging bays outside, you'll get Wi-Fi.
Oh, great.
High strength, and then especially in here, you'll have it as well. So again, it's really, if you're going to be here for kind of 15, 20 minutes and you want to do a bit of work, plug in, you'll have your Wi-Fi, you'll have connection, go away.
Excellent. So overall, the site itself, how many stalls do we have? What specific features do you have available to unique individuals? Can you talk about that?
So it's 48
really
charging bays.
Okay.
That's one of the biggest sites across the country, really. And again, it's the whole point of we want consumers to come here and not have to check the app to see, is there availability? Like, you can come here, you're going to get a slot.
You're going on volume.
Yes.
And by that, accessibility is or availability is built in.
100%, yeah.
Okay.
So a big part of the EV charging experience is reliability. And you can do that through maintaining the equipment really well. And the other option you've got, ideally with the first as well, is that you also have built-in redundancy.
Yes.
The nice thing is you've got built-in redundancy here, so if one charging unit's down, that's not really going to impact the experience. But we've got 48 here, all high speed. We've got CCS, and we've also got Max. and they range all the way up to 400 kilowatts.
So I noticed a couple of interesting spots on the end. Can you talk about those?
Yes, these are our lovely pull-throughs. So again, another pain point we hear, not from every EV driver, but the ones that have trailers, they really want a pull-through. A lot of EV charging bays, they're just not helpful for a pull-through for a trailer. So we have one on either end of the canopy island, and you could bring anything there and you'll charge. Even a boat with a big mast, you'll be absolutely fine.
Do we have a max height
We do. I don't have it to me.
Okay.
I think it's about 10 feet, but I'll get it. I'll get it for you.
Good to know. And we can always put that in later, or if we get to come back to the opening,
Yeah, definitely.
let people know that would be awesome.
Definitely going to have you here for the ribbon.
I also noticed a couple stalls up here close to the lounge. Can you tell me about
Yes. That's our ADA. So anyone with disability or wheelchair access, we've got 4 charging bays here, ready for that.
4? That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Very cool. So if someone needs assistance, say they're wheelchair bound, is there going to be someone available to assist, or will that, at least they have room, is the game plan to give them room to be able to exit the vehicle and get themselves connected?
Yeah, the design of those stalls in particular has been so that if you are in a wheelchair, the access, the ramping and everything's designed to make it as easy as possible. It's all to code. We'll have an attendant on site. Their role isn't necessarily for that, but we'll see how we get on. We think the design is going to be sufficient. We've done some testing. Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Okay, so great. So there's a lot of great things coming in this store right now as you open. What about expansion?
Glad you asked, because it's definitely a topic that we're working on. So I think if we take a zoom out for BP Pulse, the mission fundamentally is to make charging helpful. And for us that means, at the moment, 2 big problems for potential EV drivers. One is the cost of the vehicle. That's coming down dramatically and will continue to come down. And then the second one, which we can play a role in, is making charging more helpful. Today, the standard of charging out there in the wild is, it leaves a lot to be desired. And I think it means that rumors start and misconceptions around charging just being a huge blocker. We want to completely eradicate that and allow for more positive stories of charging. So then it comes back to your question of expansion. We want to expand. So BP Pulse today, we operate in quite a few states across the US in what we call the Smiley. So up the 2 coasts and down through the south, that's our target area for the network. And we'll be expanding rapidly over the next few years. We're already at about 300 to 400 charging bays, this one being 48. You can expect that to see a lot of growth. We'll be into the thousands in the next couple of years for sure. Okay.
Is there a certain date that you're trying to hit a certain number of chargers, or you're just going to just keep on as you go?
There's a bit of both. I think with this thing there's planning involved, but there's also an element of we're going after quality sites. So quantity, there's an aim there, but for us it's all about building quality sites that we know consumers will love and that we're going to love as a business as well.
Absolutely.
But it's over the next probably 2 to 3 years is when the main expansion is going to be happening.
So you mentioned the Smiley, the coast, and the South Belt, the Sun Belt, if you will. I had a conversation with a gentleman who's in Arkansas who has an EV Geeks channel, and he mentioned the dearth of networks. There might be some in the big metropolitan areas, but if you wanted to go out to stay, a place to visit, that is difficult. Do you see yourselves growing into the Midwest and opening into more remote locations? Or?
I think as we get the network started, the main thing the big problem that we're trying to solve is where's the utilization and where's the real big need. And for us, that's in the big metro areas. It's offering across highway locations, and it's offering these locations like we're at today, Giga Hub, right next to an airport, big destination. That's primary one for us, is solving that. Then I think when you look at some of the remote players, I think there are other players looking to close those gaps. I think a lot of the federal support was helping with that. We'll see how that plays out in the next couple of years. But it's something that needs to be addressed within the industry, for sure.
That'd be great to start seeing to that mission statement of trying to make EVs more accessible for more people. Having that availability in those areas is really kind of that chicken egg situation.
Definitely.
We need to help get solved.
Definitely. And I think, at least with our initial network plan, you can kind of count on Pulse to get you from A to B. Whether that's you're in one of these metro areas, you'll be covered in that cluster. So if you look at Florida or Illinois right now, Chicago, Tampa, we've got between 8 and 10 sites in each.
Okay.
So you can bank on BP Pulse to look after you. Then if you're heading out, you're doing a road trip on the highways, we'll have you covered. We have a great real estate partnership with Travel Centers of America.
Oh, okay.
They're in 44 states across the US. Amazing lands, great locations. We'll be building out there as well. So when you then do travel outside of the metros, you're covered.
That sounds awesome. Again, all the charging network my wife and I were just having a conversation the other day that the difference between most folks driving a gas car today is years and years of being able to just drive down the freeway, get off an exit. There's 4 gas stations usually on the corner. My hope is to see that soon. It's going to take a while. It's not like we're going to community pods. Okay. It's not like we are back in the day where we're choosing between horse and buggy and a little putt-putt. We have to assume that back then they didn't have gas stations built out everywhere. You pretty much had your home in the neighborhood to be able to drive your little car around it. So it's just time. It's just time and resources, and we have major companies putting some effort into that from the private sector. We'll see what happens with the public sector. Things are a little tumult right now, but we hope that at some point we'll be able to kind of work its way out and find a little more positive attitude on that one. But we'll see how it goes. Ross, I appreciate you taking some time to chat with us. This really means a lot to me, and I hope to be able to catch up with you if we get to come back.
Definitely, you're coming back for the ribbon cutting, and also appreciate you putting the time in to test the units and actually come here, so I appreciate it.
Great. Thanks so much. That's it from here. We'll chat with you guys.